Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Endwalker dungeon boss guide series. We're finally at the last dungeon of Endwalker, which is the Stigma Dreamscape. So what we're going to do in this video is go over all the bosses and be as quick as possible in covering all the mechanics the bosses do and everything else. So without further ado, let's just dive right in and get this final dungeon out of the way. Our very first boss is Proto Omega. First, to start off casting side cannons, just simply go to the safe spot as indicated on the visual indicator. He'll then cast rear interceptors. Simply go to the front of the boss as to not be behind him, because this will leave a massive cleave behind him. He'll then cast chemical missile. This is a spread. Do not double clip each other. And then electric slide. This is a stack marker and it also pushes you all back other than the stack marker themselves. So make sure you aren't getting pushed back into any of the bad stuff. He'll then cast guided missile. This will tether two random people with missiles. What you want to do is you just want to kite these until they blow up by themselves. Try not to hit anyone else with your guided missile, and eventually they will just blow up and leave these little puddles. Then another electric slide again. Remember, when you're stacking up with this, try not to go into the bad stuff and you'll be fine. He'll then cast Mustard Bomb. This is simply a tank buster on the tank. Heal and mitigate accordingly. And another side cannon. Remember, just go to where the AoE indicator isn't pointing and you'll be safe, just like in the footage shown. And that is pretty much the fight. He'll spice it up with combining some other mechanics, like in this example he did chemical missile and guided missile. But other than that, that is pretty much the fight. On to the next. And here we are on the second boss, Arch Lambda. He'll first start the fight off with Wheel. This is simply a tank buster. Heal and mitigate accordingly. Then go to the middle of the room and cast Auto Mobile Assault. Now remember the patterns that he's doing here. As you can see, I avoided most of it, and the wave cannon caught me completely off guard. So after he does all those patterns and you find a nice little safe spot, make sure you go to him and you'll be fine. He then casts Atomic Flame. This is simply a raid-wide AoE. Heal and mitigate accordingly. He'll then rush to the back of the map and cast Automobile Sniper Cannon. This will do a line AoE in the middle of the map, and it will give everyone markers. These markers simply indicate from which you'll be beamed at, as shown in the footage below. As long as you keep nice and spread out and don't overlap each other, you'll be fine. You don't have to pay too much attention to where the beams are going. As long as you're nice and spread out, it isn't too much thinking. Then rush back to the middle and cast another Automobile Assault Cannon. I'll show you this one as well, just for example. I do get hit here, but it doesn't do too much. It's actually quite forgiving. Then another wave cannon, of course. And at this point, it is pretty much rinse and repeat. You now know Arch Lambda. On to the final boss. Now here we are at the final boss, Stigma 4. He'll first start the fight with AI Takeover. This will spawn an Omega frame on the map, which will cast the mechanics from the first phase. Simply kill this ad as quickly as possible so you don't have to deal with too much of its stuff. He'll then be casting another AI Takeover, which will spawn a dragon on the map, which will come in just a moment. You want to kill this dragon, but also hide behind it as it's casting Fire Breath, and you do not want to be caught by that. Simply hide behind it like we're doing in the footage shown, and you'll be fine. These ads are quite squishy, so as long as you just kill them as soon as they come down, you'll dispatch them rather quickly. He'll then cast another AI Takeover. This will spawn proto-rocket punches around the map. Simply find a safe spot like in the footage shown and you'll be fine. As you can see, there's two safe spots here. One at the very end of the map and one at the very beginning of the map. He'll then do these sort of shape things. This one means it's going to be out. As you'll see in the footage below, I am completely unaware of it. And I get hit. It does a hefty amount of damage, but you can live through it as our Reaper showed us. He'll then do this sort of thing. This means it's in, so make sure you go inside his hitbox and you'll be fine. Just be wary of the patterns. As you see, there's like a little snake coily thing. That's going to mean it's in. And if it was sort of like the other thing, I'll show it here now, actually. Here I am replaying it. This is what you need to look out for when it's out. So just be wary of those two sort of like shapes and patterns and you'll be good. After some time, he'll cast Mind Hack. This is going to give you a march mechanic. As I have about face, this means I will be forced to march behind. He'll then throw in this as well. So just try and think, you know, move a bit and make your debuff do the rest. It could be left, right, forward, or back. So just pay attention to your debuff. It will have an arrow, so it's pretty clear to see what direction you'll be going. He'll then cast Atomic Ray. This is simply a raid-wide AoE, and it will give bleeding debuffs to everyone, so healer, just be wary. It's going to hurt a little bit. He'll then cast Multi-AI Takeover. This is again going to spawn a load of fists on the map, and it's also going to spawn another Omega Frame. Remember, the Proto Wave Cannon is going out at this point, and just dispatch of the ad as quickly as possible. Once you killed the ad, go back to Stigma. He'll then cast another Mind Hack. Same as before, as you can see I have right face this time. So this simply means I want to make sure I'm marching to the right. And it's another inside, so essentially here I just want to position myself so I don't go towards too far at the edge of the map, and I safely avoid the AoE, as you can see in the footage. And that is the dungeon and the boss fight, which means that concludes the guide. If you got to the very end, I really do appreciate you watching throughout the whole thing, and I really do hope this has proven informational to you and you can take it into the dungeon being fully prepared for what's to come. I want to thank you a bunch. By this time, I've probably hit 200 subscribers, and it really means a lot that my channel has grown to that amount already. That's incredible. So I just want to say thank you so much for that. That really means a lot to me. With that said, if you liked the video, please give it a like. If you want to leave a comment, maybe something I missed, maybe just show appreciation, whatever you want to do, leave a comment below. I will reply to you. If you haven't already, please do consider hitting subscribe, as it really helps me a bunch and the channel out a bunch to grow. And that'll do it for me, guys. Thank you again so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one, which will be tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe. We out. Peace.